box office, and this is not going to be a very long video once we get past Avatar, because that's really the only movie to talk about. Also, we're going to talk about the other movies as well, including stuff like The Fablemans. Yep, that's still in theaters, even though no one's watching it. But Avatar has made $144 million on its first weekend. We will have to wait to see how it does in the second weekend throughout the Christmas and New Year's weekend. But we have the Chinese sales as well. This movie is severely underperforming the sales that it was expected to do. Okay, this movie is severely underperforming the sales that it was expected to do. Okay, this movie, this is today. It made only $58 million. Let's remember, Avatar was expected to make $120 million at its first opening weekend in China. Okay, it was expected to make $120 million in its first opening weekend in China. But China, as well, of course they have to update these numbers, obviously. Because, of course, all these numbers here do not add up to 300 million. But, yeah, they're updating the international numbers. That's what they're going to be happening to do. But, yeah, China, it opened with $58 million. Even below the expectations that this movie was supposed to do in China as well. But now in America, this movie was expected to open to 180 million, 175 million, 178 million. That's what they kept saying. This movie was going to make $500 million opening weekend. No, it made only 434 million. A downward trend of 70 million from the initial predictions. This was supposed to be the fastest grossing movie of all time. They stuffed it in. They opened it in 4,202 theaters. I thought people were saying it opened in 5,000 theaters, but apparently according to the numbers, it only opened to 4,202 theaters as well. But this movie, we have to wait to see, yes, on the second weekend, because the first Avatar movie, if we all remember, had insanely good rigs at the box office. Even though it was not a good movie, not that good of a movie, there were still people who were so obsessed with this universe, even though it had no cultural impact on the society, that there was a new sickness called the Pandora syndrome, where people were getting depressed from not being in the world of Avatar. Even though the world of Avatar is a very bland and boring world. I even made up worlds that were more interesting than Avatar's world, okay? But yeah, Avatar Way of the Water will outgross the first movie. I don't think it will, domestically and internationally as well. But I think it will probably end up here. But we're gonna compare it to similarly high grossing movies of the year and their opening weekends. So we gotta compare it to Top Gun. We'll also compare it to Spider-Man, even though that came out last year. We're gonna compare it to Doctor Strange, and we're gonna add in the Batman as well. Here, and Avatar is doing way worse than Spider-Man, doing half of Spider-Man's sales, and Spider-Man dropped around 60%. Top Gun did not really drop by 60% here, but Doctor Strange and Batman did drop big. Batman actually didn't really drop that badly, but again, Batman was actually very well received by people. Top Gun opened in more theaters than Avatar. That's funny. And we got put in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. The reason why we can't really compare it to Avengers and stuff, or stuff like that, because Avengers came out before the pandemic. Okay, we gotta compare it to recent movies as well. I think that's the best comparison. And we have a movie that did really well in terms of rigs anyways, and that's Top Gun. That movie is here. Black Panther is here. And unless it performs like Top Gun, it is gonna perform similar to Black Panther, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and the Batman, which is open similarly to the Batman. Okay, the Batman opened with around 444 million. Avatar also opened to the same. So if it does similar rigs to the Batman did, it will end up around 369 million. Okay, 369 to 370 million. I think it'll do slightly better than the Batman. I think it'll do better than the Batman world domestically and worldwide. But yeah, the only reason the Batman's here because it opens similarly to Avatar. Okay, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, not Multiverse Madness, No Way Home, Multiverse Madness, that one, and Top Gun. Okay. We'll wait to see how well it does on day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8. And also other movies that are coming out throughout the holiday. Really does Puss in Boots. That's the other movie that's coming out. I don't know the projections for Puss in Boots, but I think that movie will probably do pretty well. So what is Puss in Boots? That Puss in Boots is coming out in a couple days. And Puss in Boots does have very good reviews. Yeah, this is the new one, not the old one. This is the Puss in Boots: The Last Wrist at 39% Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, people do watch movies based off Rotten Tomatoes. I know people are like, oh, it doesn't matter what Rotten Tomatoes gives it. Oh, people do. Look at Black Adam. Black Adam didn't do too well because even though the people who watched the movie loved it, Rotten Tomatoes still gave it a bad score, and a lot of people saw Rotten Tomatoes score and didn't want to see the movie. Okay, Puss in Boots: The Last Wrist is I don't know what's projected to do. But I think just like Sing and Spider-Verse, it'll have massive legs. Because all of it's about Avatar. All the news is about Avatar, but no one's talking about Puss in Boots. You know, usually they have a movie that is more geared towards families that comes around every holiday season. You had Sing 2 last year. I think it was supposed to have Soul, but they released that only on Disney Plus. You know, Disney sold their soul to the devil. You had Star Wars, where it was either that or Cats. Where I don't think any family would want to watch Cats. But I think that the problem with Avatar compared to The Rise of Skywalker is that Avatar will have a movie that they're going to have to deal with, which is Puss in Boots. Okay? Which is a spin-off of the Shrek universe. Okay? Yeah, and they don't really have much about the Puss in Boots. It's also coming out in China as well, apparently. But it has really good scores by people, so yeah, nothing coming out, nothing for the predictions for the movie. The first movie made $550 million. I think the second movie will make around $400 to $500 million worldwide, which will be a thorn in Avatar's side. Avatar did have to compete in 2009 against several other movies as well. Okay, when did Avatar come out? Came out in 2009. Oh wait, they're only counting the movies that came out that made money in the year. But Avatar made $283 million by the end of the year. Not a good movie, but again, there are people who are willing to go see Avatar 2. Obviously. See. But yeah, the movie made $37 million. It came out against The Princess and the Frog, which nobody cared about that movie. And that movie has already been out for like 4 weeks already. But then it came out against Sherlock Holmes, Alvin and Chipmunks, The Sequel, and It's Complicated, which is a non-franchise movie released by Universal. Those were its holiday competition. This year, you're going to have Puss in Boots come out, and some non-franchise movies come out, essentially, as well. You're going to have Puss in Boots come out, some non-franchise movies come out, and nothing in January. There's nothing in January coming out. The next big movie is Magic Mike's Last Chance. That's the next big movie. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania are the next major movies outside of Puss in Boots and Avatar. So, Puss in Boots is coming out. No predictions for that movie yet, but that movie should be coming out pretty soon. And also Babylon, Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody, and Empire Light. Sort of get out, the cinema file crowd, like, Little Woman did. We're going to go last year's, okay? Last year's box office. We had Spider-Man, Nightmare Alley, which bombed. Then we had Sing 2, Matrix Resurrections, The Kingsman, and American Underdog, These are the movies that were released, and all of them but Sing 2 flopped. Okay. And I think I don't know how much American Underdog made, but I think that one actually made money because because it had a small budget. But these movies didn't really do all too well. Especially the Matrix Resurrections. The Kingsman had pretty decent rigs. I saw it was okay as well. Kingsman had pretty okay-ish rigs. Rigs. Considering how bad we opened. And now we'll talk about the other movies. We'll talk about the other movies now. Okay, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Yep, this movie is not going to make $1 billion. It's having abysmal rigs. And, yeah, it's having abysmal rigs at the box office. This movie has only made $5 million. It's going to generate another $5 to $10 million from the holidays, obviously. Because, yeah, Disney's still competing with itself with Black Panther. That's why they're still keeping it in a lot of theaters. They're still keeping it in around 300 theaters. I think it's going to decline to around 2,000 theaters, but they're going to want to keep this in as many theaters as possible. Same thing with Violent Night as well. I think they're going to want to keep this in the theaters because, of course, this movie, the plan to probably make this money for our Christmas, which this movie has already broken even. It's already going to make money at the box office. $55 million made as well. And yeah, Avatar, we have my numbers for that movie. It's set at a wash currently of $600 million. Of course, if you want to take those one numbers seriously, the $2.808 billion, then the movie's at a loss of $1.6 billion, which is pretty sad and hilarious. Even if it makes more money than Top Gun, it's going to lose still $500 million at the box office, which is so hilarious to see. But all the further proves that you should not be spending too much money on your movies, Hollywood. You sort of learned this from Black Adam, but this is Disney. They want to put the auto eggs and saying, oh, but Avatar's going to make $3 billion. No, it isn't. It's not going to make $3 billion worldwide. Okay? That's already dead. China, it's underperforming now, and it's doing okay outside of China. Because you exclude China, box office is around $60 million for Avatar. Let's get back to Avatar. The movie made around $240 million. Oh, that's $60 million. $240 million internationally. So this movie, without China, if you exclude China's number, it also would have opened to $370 million. Same thing with Jurassic World Dominion. Jurassic World Dominion would have opened with $300 million, and it would have never made $1 billion without China. But yeah, Avatar, opening does include China as well. So, Strange World, box office failure, nothing else to say. The Menu, it needs $10 million more to break even. They have not updated the international sales for this movie yet, but will probably make another couple $1 million internationally, making around $63 million. Will it make $7 million more? Will it make $10 million more to break even? I think even then, this movie is a wash because it will make, money from, of course, Blu-ray and DVD, probably a couple million down, and of course, it'll make money from streaming. So this movie is a wash at the end of the day, similar to movies like Nope. Okay, Black Adam. This movie has watched $100 million at the box office. Not as bad as Strange World did. Black Adam. These numbers are respectable, but then this movie costed $200 million to make. This should be a sign for Warner Bros. Don't spend $200 million on a movie unless you know it's going to be a success. Like the Batman. Okay. As well. But Hollywood's not going to warn the lesson. Flash is going to lose a lot of money. As well. Well, but yeah. Next is Devotion. This movie has lost $200 million for whoever made this movie. But this movie has lost $200 million. Regardless. Was at the box office because they released this internationally, which was very stupid of them. It will probably soften the blow a bit. But yeah, next is The Fablesmans. Nothing about this movie as well. No international sales for that movie yet. Also, we had I Heard the Bells and Elf. That's an old movie. And nothing more else. See? Nothing to talk about this week. Puss in Boots is coming out. I Want to Dance with Somebody, which will probably be the sweeper hit of the holidays, because you always have that movie that isn't expected to do anything, but will be a sweeper hit of the holidays. Okay, last year he had Sing 2, which yes, technically was a sweeper hit, because again, as well. The first thing was a sleeper hit. 2019, you had Little Woman. You always have a sleeper hit of the holidays as well. That's always gonna happen. 2019, you had Little Woman. 2018, you had, I think it was 2017, you had either 2017 or 2018, you had Sing. Oh yeah, 2018, you had Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse came out. 2016, Sing came out, I think. Okay, Sing came out in 2016. Okay, I'm right. Came out in 2016. Yeah, that was the super hit of 2016. And yeah, I'm going on Last Jedi's box office because I'm gonna see what other movies it competed against. So The Last Jedi, no one. And yeah, also the World Cup does impact the box office too a bit. Okay, the World Cup is gonna impact the box office too a bit as well. You know. Yeah, we're gonna go to the 2017. What came out in 2017 that was a super hit? So I think it was The Greatest Showman. I think that's when Greatest Showman came out. Yeah, The Greatest Showman came out. That was a super hit. Then it was Sing. Sing was a super hit. And 2015, you had movies like Daddy's Home come out, and that was a super hit as well. Well, yeah, that was a super hit as well coming out. But again, that was when non-franchise movies were able to make money. Obviously, that were even back in 2015, non-franchise movies were able to compete with the big, massive franchise movies. As well. But yeah, Daddy's Home was kind of like the super hit movie as well. You also had Sisters come out. Alvin and the Chipmunks, The Road Trip, which wasn't really well received. And let's do one last year. That's 2014 at the box office. And you had like Into the Woods, maybe was a super hit. Of course, not being a part of a franchise. Also Unbroken was a super hit as well. You had more again. Back in the day, you had more super hit movies. You always had like one movie that didn't really do too well at the beginning, but it was kind of like a super hit movie at the very end, as well. And really, 2020, you didn't really have a super hit movie. The Annie could have been the super hit movie, but that movie bombed at the box office as well. So yeah, that's pretty much this video here. Goodbye.